August 29th, 1942. Night falls over a concentration camp in Croatia. The guards are making bets. Not about cards, not about money. About who can slaughter the most human beings before dawn. One guard, Petar Brzica, is said to have cut the throats of 1,360 prisoners in a single night. Historians debate the exact tally, but the story captures a truth about this place. Murder could become a competition. He wins a gold watch, a silver service set, and a roasted pig. This isn't Auschwitz, this isn't Treblinka, this is Jasenovac, the Balkan death camp you've never heard of. And what happened here was so horrifying that even Nazi officers who visited called it beyond imagination. While the world knows the industrial machinery of the German camps, Jasenovac operated differently. No gas chambers on an assembly line, no calculated efficiency of mass extermination. Instead, something more personal, more intimate, more brutal. Here in the marshlands along the Sava River, the Croatian fascist regime didn't just implement genocide. They perfected cruelty as an art form. They invented special knives, the srbosjek, to speed up throat cutting. They turned murder into sport. They burned people alive in brick factory ovens, and they did it all without German oversight, running their own machinery of death. Between 1941 and 1945, tens of thousands, by most estimates between 77,000 and 100,000 people, died at Jasenovac. Serbs, Jews, Roma, Croatian political opponents, anyone who didn't fit the vision of a pure Croatian state. The camp was so savage that German generals documented their shock. So methodical that the guards kept killing until the final hours before liberation. So thoroughly destroyed by its operators that determining the exact death toll remains contentious 8 decades later. You know Auschwitz. Perhaps you've heard of Dachau or Bergen-Belsen. But Jasenovac remains in the shadows of history. A footnote in textbooks, a controversy in the Balkans, a place where the horrors were so extreme they defy comprehension. Tonight, we uncover what happened when a puppet regime was given free rein to eliminate its enemies. When nationalism twisted into genocidal fury. When a concentration camp became not just a place of death, but a laboratory for sadism. This is the story of Jasenovac, the camp even Nazis feared. April 10th, 1941. Yugoslavia ceases to exist. After just 11 days of fighting, the Axis powers have crushed the kingdom. Germany and Italy carve the country into pieces, and from the wreckage emerges something new, the Independent State of Croatia. But independent is a generous term. This isn't a nation, it's a construction, a fascist experiment built on German approval and Italian consent. At its head stands Ante Pavelic, leader of the Ustaše movement, who returns from years of exile in Italy to claim power. The Ustaše aren't politicians, they're terrorists who've spent the 1930s assassinating Yugoslav officials and bombing civilians. Now, suddenly, they're running a country. The new regime wastes no time. Within days of taking power, they begin drafting laws. The legal order for the defense of the people in the state, dated April 17, 1941, establishes the death penalty for anyone who threatens the honor and vital interests of the Croatian people. Translation: dissent is fatal. On April 30th, more decrees follow, racial laws modeled on Nazi Germany's Nuremberg laws. Jews must wear identification badges. Serbs are declared enemies of the state. Roma are classified as criminals by birth. The Ustaše ideology is straightforward and merciless. Croatia must be ethnically pure. That means eliminating Serbs, who make up nearly a third of the population. Ustaše leader Mile Budak articulates the plan publicly. Kill 1/3, expel 1/3, forcibly convert 1/3 to Catholicism. For Jews and Roma, there's no conversion option, only elimination. The violence begins immediately. on April 10th and 11th, prominent Zagreb Jews are arrested and held for ransom. By April 15th, just 5 days after the state's creation, the first concentration camp opens at Danica in Koprivnica. In May, 165 Jewish youth, members of the Maccabi Sports Club, are rounded up in Zagreb. All but 3 will die at Ustaše hands. By June, a network of camps stretches from Gospic to the Velebit Mountains to the island of Pag. Ustaše sources admit they sent 28,700 people to these camps in summer 1941 alone. But these early camps are temporary, makeshift. The Ustaše needs something more permanent, something with capacity, something where the work of elimination can continue for years. In July 1941, the government begins clearing ground 60 miles southeast of Zagreb, in marshland where the Sava and Una rivers converge. The location is strategic, isolated, surrounded by water, perfect for concealment. The name of the site is Jasenovac, and what they're building isn't just a camp. It's a system, a machine designed not to imprison, but to erase. By August, the first subcamps are operational, but this is only the beginning. Jasenovac isn't one camp, it's 5. A sprawling complex covering more than 200 hectares on both banks of the Sava River. Each subcamp has a function, each serves the larger system. Krapje and Uštica opened first in late August 1941. These are transitional facilities, operational for only 4 months before closing in December. They're testing grounds for what comes next. By November, the main facility, Camp 3 Ciglana, the Brickworks, is established at Jasenovac proper. This becomes the operational heart, the place where the real killing begins. February 1942 brings Camp 4 Kozara online. This one's named for the mountain region in Bosnia, where, later that summer, the Ustaše will round up tens of thousands of Serbian villages and send them to their deaths. Then there's Stara Gradiška, which started as a political detention center in summer 1941, but transforms into a concentration camp for women and children by winter 1942. The layout is deliberate. A 2-kilometer brick wall, 4 meters high, surrounds the main camp. Guard towers positioned at intervals. Barbed wire everywhere. The camps are operated not by Germans, but by the Croatian political police and the Ustaše militia, the paramilitary wing of the fascist movement. They report to Vjekoslav Max Luburic, who oversees all Ustaše concentration camps and visits Jasenovac multiple times per month to ensure operations run smoothly. Guards sort prisoners upon arrival. Serbs get blue markings. Communists, anyone considered a political opponent, regardless of actual affiliation, get red markings. Roma and Jews get registered, at least initially. But the Ustaše quickly realize that keeping records creates evidence. Documentation becomes sporadic. Thousands arrive without their names ever being written down. They simply vanish into the system. The camp has workshops, a tannery, metalworking facilities, agricultural sections. Inmates work 11-hour days under constant Ustaše supervision. Hinko Dominik Picili and Tihomir Kordic manage labor assignments, dividing prisoners into 16 groups: construction workers, brickmakers, metal workers, farmers. Picili personally whips inmates to increase productivity. Even minor infractions, working too slowly, showing exhaustion, result in execution for sabotage. But labor isn't the primary purpose. Jasenovac isn't primarily a forced labor camp. It's a killing center. The workshops are cover. The labor keeps some prisoners alive temporarily, those with skills like physicians, electricians, carpenters, tailors. Everyone else exists on borrowed time. Between the camps lie the killing grounds. Granic, a dock on the Sava River, where Luburic devises a system using industrial cranes as gallows. Victims are hung, weights attached to their arms, throats slashed, intestines opened. Then they're pushed into the river with blows to the skull. The current carries the bodies away. Gradina, directly across the Sava from the main camp, becomes the primary execution site. Tens of thousands will die there. Uštica, a separate facility designated specifically for Roma families. The system is complete by mid-1942. Arrival, classification, labor or immediate execution. For those sent to labor, slow death through starvation, disease and random violence. For those sent to killing grounds, swift elimination. The infrastructure is crude compared to German death camps. No Zyklon B pipelines, no industrial crematoriums at first, but it's effective. And it's entirely Croatian. Who designed this? The Ustaše leadership. Who funded it? The Independent State of Croatia's treasury, supported by Axis resources. Who staffed it? Croatian fascists, zealots who volunteered for the work. What was its capacity? Unlimited, according to Ustaše headquarters documents. The concentration camp in Jasenovac, they claimed, can receive an unlimited number of internees. Now the pipeline begins. Imagine you're a Serbian villager in Bosnia. It's summer 1942. The Ustaše and German forces are fighting Yugoslav partisans in your region, the Kozara Mountains. Your village is caught in the middle. One morning, soldiers arrive. Everyone is rounded up, men, women, children, elderly. You're forced into freight cars, packed so tightly that people stand for the entire journey. Some slash their wrists during transport rather than face what's coming. The train stops at Jasenovac. You step off onto a platform. Guards are shouting, dogs are barking. You're separated immediately. Men to one side, women and children to another. You squeeze your child's hand, but a guard tears you apart. The men are assessed. Younger, stronger men might be sent to the Brickworks for labor. Older men, anyone considered weak, anyone who looks defiant, they're marched directly to Donja Gradina, the killing ground across the river. You don't see them again. Women and children face different sorting. Some are crammed into Stara Gradiška, where conditions are medieval. No proper sanitation, minimal food. Disease spreads rapidly. Others are sent to Uštica when the main camps overflow. Children are especially vulnerable. At Stara Gradiška, special methods are developed for killing them. Camp commander Ante Verban will later confess at trial that he killed children by slamming their bodies against walls until they died. Testimony describes a child caught in a doorway, its leg crushed by Verban as he forced the door shut. He then picked the child up and repeatedly smashed it against the wall. At the Jasenovac complex, there's a clinic and hospital, barrack buildings where sick prisoners are isolated, not for treatment, for death. These aren't medical facilities. They're holding areas where the dying are concentrated until guards decide to finish them off. Prisoners work 11-hour days, receive minimal rations, watery soup, occasional bread, and sleep on hard floors in overcrowded barracks. 6 buildings for sleeping, hundreds crammed into each. But the labor assignments are just interludes between horrors. Guards conduct selections, public performances where inmates are lined up and individuals randomly chosen for execution in front of everyone else. The guards make this theatrical. They walk back and forth. They ask questions. They look prisoners up and down. They point at one person, then change their minds and select another. The psychological torture stretches for hours. Then the chosen are taken away. Sometimes to Granik, sometimes to Gradina, always to death. For Jewish prisoners, the timeline is compressed. Between 1941 and 1943, Jews throughout the Independent State of Croatia are deported to Jasenovac. They're shot at nearby killing sites, particularly Granik and Gradina. A few with essential skills are spared temporarily to work. But by August 1942, the Ustaše begin handing over Jews to the Germans for deportation to Auschwitz. About 7,000 Croatian Jews are transferred this way. Most who remain at Jasenovac don't survive. Current estimates place Jewish deaths at Jasenovac between 8,000 and 20,000. Roma face systematic elimination. The first mass arrests begin in July 1941. By May 20th, 1942, coordinated operations sweep Roma across the entire territory. Families are deported to Jasenovac and Stara Gradiška. Upon arrival, their valuables are confiscated. In early days, lists are kept. Then, record-keeping stops. When the number of incoming Roma peaks in June 1942, they're divided. Older men, women, and children are immediately dispatched to Donja Gradina for extermination. Younger men go to the Brickworks, where they die from hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and daily executions. Only a small number are assigned to the most demanding labor. Between 8,000 and 15,000, Roma will perish at Jasenovac. Another 16,000 will die elsewhere in the Independent State of Croatia. The methods of killing are intimate, personal. Unlike the gas chambers of Auschwitz, designed to distance perpetrator from victim, Jasenovac specializes in face-to-face violence. Guards beat prisoners to death with clubs and hammers. They slash throats. They hang victims from makeshift gallows. They dismember living people with saws and axes. And then there's the subosjek, the Serb cutter, a special tool developed specifically for Jasenovac, an agricultural knife, curved and sharp, attached to a leather glove. It fits over the hand. With one motion, a guard can slash a throat. The design maximizes efficiency, minimizes hand fatigue. Guards can kill victim after victim without pausing to grip a separate blade. It's murder adapted for industrial application. The subosjek becomes so associated with Jasenovac that survivors remember it decades later. It's displayed in museums now, a relic of genocide, a reminder that human beings engineered tools specifically to make killing faster. But mass murder at Jasenovac goes beyond hand tools. In January 1942, the first cremations begin. Croatian engineer Dominik Hinko Picili converts 7 brick factory ovens into specialized crematories. Bodies, some dead, some drugged, some fully alive, are fed into the furnaces. Witnesses testify that living inmates are cremated. The smell of burning flesh hangs over the camp constantly. Later, additional crematories are built at Gradina. Survivors report they become operational too. At Stara Gradiška, experimentation with poison gas begins. The Ustaše try gas vans first, using Zyklon B and sulfur dioxide in makeshift chambers. These methods are inconsistent, but they're used on women and children arriving from Đakovo. The main Jasenovac camp doesn't develop functional gas chambers like German facilities. The Ustaše prefer their manual methods. By 1943, the machinery is humming. Prisoners arrive. They're sorted. They labor briefly or die immediately. Their bodies are burned or dumped in the Sava. Evidence vanishes downstream, and the process repeats day after day for years. Then comes a night that reveals just how far the Ustaše will go. A night that becomes legend. A night when murder turns into sport. August 29th, 1942. Guards at Jasenovac are drunk and bored. Someone suggests a wager. Who can kill the most prisoners in a single night? Money is pooled, bets are placed, inmates are gathered. One guard steps forward. Petar Brzica, a Franciscan friar. Yes, a friar. Many Ustaše, including some who commit the worst atrocities at Jasenovac, are Catholic religious figures. Brzica carries his srbosjek. He's confident and he's fast. His surname, Brzica, contains brz, which means fast in Croatian and Serbian. An ironic coincidence that becomes horrifically fitting. The contest begins. guards move through the prisoners systematically. They use their knives, their hands. Their efficiency improves with practice. Brzica finds a rhythm, one throat after another. The ground becomes slick with blood. Prisoners scream. Some beg. Others are too terrified to make sound. The guards don't pause. This is entertainment. By dawn, the numbers are tallied. Brzica has killed 1,360 people. Another participant, Ante Zrinušić, admits to killing about 600. Mile Friganović confesses to 1,100. Friganović later provides detailed testimony about the night, including how he tortured an old man named Vukasin. He ordered the man to bless Ante Pavelić, the Ustaše leader. The man refused. Friganović cut off his ears. Refused again. Friganović cut off his nose. Refused again. Friganović cut out his tongue. Then he killed him. The prizes for winning are revealing. Brzica receives a gold watch from the chaplain of the camp. Yes, the chaplain, a religious official who not only knew about the killing contest but participated in rewarding it. The camp administration gives Brzica a silver service set. His fellow guards present him with a roasted pig and wine for celebration. They feast, they toast, they celebrate industrialized slaughter. One participant later seeks psychiatric help. The psychological toll of what he's done becomes unbearable, but most never express remorse. Brzica himself, if captured alive after the war, would likely have shown no regret. He disappears into history, his ultimate fate unknown. But his night of killing becomes one of the most infamous events in Jasenovac's history. This isn't an isolated incident. It's emblematic. Jasenovac is a place where cruelty becomes routine, where guards compete to see who can devise the most sadistic torture, where Franciscan friars like Miroslav Filipović Majstorović, nicknamed Fra Sotona, Brother Satan, personally participate in massacres and are promoted for their zealousness. Filipović Majstorovic's reputation is particularly dark. Before running Jasenovac, he participated in massacres of Serbian villages, Shargovac, Motike, Drakulić, near Banja Luka in Bosnia. At the camp, inmates testified that he personally killed numerous prisoners, including children. His method? He'd throw children into the air and try to impale them on a dagger. Survivors describe him failing 3 times, then succeeding on the 4th attempt, laughing throughout. Mothers who witnessed this would collapse, screaming, pulling their hair. The guards would take them away and execute them. Even German officers who visit Jasenovac are shocked. Edmund Glaise von Horstenau, Hitler's plenipotentiary representative in Croatia, tours the camp and documents what he sees. He describes it as comparable to Dante's Inferno. In his reports to Berlin, he writes that the Ustaše have gone raging mad. He witnesses the aftermath of a massacre at Crkveni Bok, where Ustaše killed hundreds of villagers. He describes seeing a woman's corpse in the Sava River, eyes gouged out, a stake driven through her genitals. He estimates she was no more than 20 years old. Everywhere, pigs devour unburied bodies. Another German general, Hermann Neubacher, later writes about Ustaše, claims that they killed 1 million Serbs. He calls this boastful exaggeration, but estimates 750,000 deaths. The fact that German officials, architects of the Holocaust, find Croatian methods excessive tells you everything about Jasenovac's brutality. Catholic Church officials also become aware. Archbishop Aloysius Stepinac receives reports. Priest Jure Pasic visits Jasenovac and later tells Stepinac in detail what he discovered. Stepinac reportedly sheds a tear. In February 1943, after 7 Slovenian Catholic priests are killed at Jasenovac, Stepinac writes to Ante Pavelić, calling it a shameful stain and a crime that cries out for revenge, just as the whole of Jasenovac is a shameful stain on the independent state of Croatia. Monsignor Augustin Juretic, a well-connected Catholic theologian, writes in June 1942, "The concentration camp at Jasenovac is a real slaughterhouse. You have not read anywhere, not even under the GPU or Gestapo, of such horrible things as the Ustaše commit." The story of Jasenovac is the blackest page of the Ustaše regime, because thousands of men have been killed there. Religious condemnation doesn't stop the killing. If anything, Jasenovac accelerates. By 1943, it's operating at full capacity. New prisoners arrive constantly. The Sava River carries away the evidence, and the Ustaše, emboldened by their impunity, continue. But the war is turning. 1943. The Axis powers are losing ground. Italy collapses and switches sides. In Yugoslavia, the partisan resistance under Josip Broz Tito grows stronger daily. Towns that were once securely under Ustaše control become contested. Supply lines fracture. The Independent State of Croatia, always a puppet, feels its strings being cut. At Jasenovac, the authorities sense the endgame approaching. In early 1943, they begin burning records, registration files, execution orders, camp administrative documents. Anything that could document their crimes goes into the flames. They've kept evidence for years, meticulously cataloging some of their atrocities. Now they're destroying it all. If they can't control the narrative, they'll eliminate it. The burning of documents creates a problem that persists to this day. How many people died at Jasenovac? Without complete records, historians are left with estimates based on census data, testimony, and fragmentary documentation. The Ustaše ensured that no precise count would ever be possible. But the killing doesn't stop. If anything, the pace intensifies. The Ustaše know their time is limited. They double down. More prisoners arrive from regions the regime is losing. More executions at Gradina, more bodies in the river. The srbosjek stays busy. Inside the camp, resistance stirs. Some inmates, realizing death is certain whether they resist or not, begin forming networks. They steal food. They sabotage equipment subtly. They communicate with partisans outside the camp when possible. A small group operating in the tannery gets help from an Ustaše named Dr. Marin Jurchev and his wife, who provide information and assistance. For this act of conscience, both are later discovered and hanged on orders of camp. Commander Dinko Šakić, any guard suspected of showing kindness to inmates, faces execution. Other small acts of humanity occur. An Ustaše named Vladimir Kupic rescues an inmate named Borislav Seva. Some civilians who encounter prisoners on work details outside the camp are kind, offering food, water, small words of encouragement. But these are exceptions. The system remains brutal. By late 1944, the situation grows desperate for the Ustaše. Allied forces are pushing across Europe. Soviet armies are advancing from the east. Tito's partisans control large sections of Yugoslavia. The independent state of Croatia is collapsing. But at Jasenovac, the machinery continues. The camp becomes a warehouse for prisoners captured in retreating territories. In some cases, they're not even processed. They're marched directly to Gradina and shot. In early 1945, as partisan units close in, the camp enters its final, most horrific phase. The Ustaše decide to erase all evidence, not just documents, everything. They work the camp at maximum capacity, killing as many remaining prisoners as possible. Women and children who've survived years in Stara Gradiška are marched to death. Men are shot. The crematories work around the clock. By mid-April 1945, only about 1,100 male prisoners remain alive at the main Jasenovac camp. 700 to 900 women are still at Stara Gradiška. On April 21st, the Ustaše kill all the women. The massacre takes hours. When it's finished, the guards return to the main camp. The remaining male prisoners understand what's coming. They face a choice: die passive or die fighting. Either way, death is certain, but at least fighting offers a chance, however slim, at escape. On the night of April the 21st into April the 22nd, they decide they'll revolt. April 22nd, 1945. Dawn is hours away. At Jasenovac, approximately 1,000 prisoners prepare for the impossible. They have no weapons. They're starved and weak. The guards have guns, dogs, searchlights, but staying means certain execution. Revolt means a chance. The decision isn't unanimous. 600 prisoners join the uprising. 473 choose to remain, perhaps hoping the partisans will arrive in time, perhaps too exhausted to try. It's a calculation made in hell, which death is preferable. The 600 rush the guards. Chaos erupts. Searchlights flood the grounds. Guards open fire. Dogs are released. Prisoners scatter in all directions, desperate to reach the perimeter, breach the wall, escape into the marshland beyond. Some make it to the wire. Some clear it. Most don't. The Ustaše hunt them systematically. Those caught are shot on sight. Some are dragged back for more theatrical executions. The killing continues through the night and into the morning. By the time the sun rises, 520 of the 600 rebels are dead. Only 80 manage to escape into the surrounding countryside. Some of these 80 will survive the war. Some will be hunted down in the following days. For the 473 who chose not to revolt, there's no mercy. The guards kill them all that day. Then they set to work destroying the camp itself. Explosives are planted. The guardhouses, torture rooms, barracks, the Pisili furnace. Everything is rigged for demolition. The Ustaše torch documents they haven't already burned. They smash equipment. They topple structures. The goal is total obliteration. If the partisans find nothing, they can prove nothing. The demolition takes days. Fires rage. Walls collapse. The smell of smoke and death hangs over the marsh. The Ustaše flee westward, hoping to reach Austria or Italy before capture. Many will make it. Some will spend decades in hiding. Others will escape to South America, Argentina primarily, where they'll live under assumed names. A few will eventually face justice. Most won't. On May 2nd, 1945, partisan forces reach Jasenovac. They find ruins. Skeletal remains scattered across the grounds. Soot and ash. Smoldering wreckage. The Sava River still carries bodies downstream. The air reeks of rot and burning. The partisans begin documenting what they can. They photograph the destruction. They collect testimony from the few survivors who emerge from hiding in nearby villages. They start excavating. In one mass grave, they find 189 corpses, most with smashed skulls. Among them, 51 children under age 14. But comprehensive forensic examination is impossible. The camp's destruction is too complete. The Ustaše have done their work well. Over the following months, partisan authorities used the ruined campsite for labor, bringing in German, Croatian, Sloven, and Chetnik prisoners of war to extract building materials. They dismantle the 2-kilometer-long, 4-meter-high brick wall that surrounded the facility. The site is further degraded. Evidence is further compromised. By the end of 1945, Jasenovac is largely obliterated. What remains is testimony, memory, and the ghosts of tens of thousands who died there. The number hovers like smoke. How many died at Jasenovac? In November 1945, the Yugoslav government's National Committee of Croatia investigates. They estimate 500,000 to 600,000 victims. This figure becomes official for decades. The Simon Wiesenthal Center cites it. Israeli scholars use it through 1990. It enters textbooks, memorials, collective memory. But the number is contested. In the 1980s, Serbian researchers claim even higher figures, 700,000 to 1 million. The director of the Belgrade Museum of Genocide Victims, Dr. Milan Bulajic, asserts between 700,000 and 1 million at Jasenovac alone. Antun Miletic, director of Belgrade Military Archives, claims 1.1 million. Then, after the breakup of Yugoslavia, the pendulum swings violently. Croatian nationalists minimize the death toll. In 1991, the new Croatian government's Commission for the Determination of War and Post-War Victims lists only 2,238 victims at Jasenovac. Only 293 Jewish victims in all of Croatia. The Commission's head, Vice Vukojevic, later claims the Jasenovac camp was run by Jews. This isn't historical revision, it's denial. Holocaust denial applied to the Balkans. The truth, as modern scholarship establishes, lies between the extremes. The United States Holocaust Memorial Museum estimates the Ustaše murdered between 77,000 and 99,000 people at Jasenovac. The Jasenovac Memorial Site, using documentation collected through March 2013, has compiled names of 83,145 victims, 47,627 Serbs, 16,173 Roma, 13,116 Jews, 4,255 Croats, 1,128 Bosnian Muslims, and 266 Slovens, among others. Of these, 20,101 are children under 14. 23,474 are women. These aren't abstract numbers, they're individuals, families, communities. A father holding his child's hand before they're separated forever. A mother watching guards smash her baby against a wall. A young woman with her eyes gouged out, violated with a stake, thrown into a river. An old man tortured for refusing to praise his murderer. Thousands of Roma families arriving together, dying together. Jewish communities that had lived in Croatia for centuries, erased within months. The controversy over numbers serves several political purposes in post-Yugoslav states. For Serbian nationalists, higher figures justify victimhood narratives and anti-Croatian sentiment. For Croatian nationalists, lower figures minimize Ustaše crimes and allow rehabilitation of fascist symbols. Both positions distort truth for ideology. But regardless of whether 80,000 or 100,000 people died at Jasenovac, the fundamental reality remains unchanged. This was genocide. Systematic, deliberate, engineered by the Ustaše regime with enthusiasm that shocked even Nazis. The Independent State of Croatia murdered between 320,000 and 340,000 ethnic Serbs during its existence. It killed approximately 32,000 Jews. It eliminated about 26,000 Roma. These deaths occurred in camps, in villages, in massacres, in forced marches. Jasenovac was the largest single killing site, but it was part of a broader campaign of ethnic cleansing. After the war, most perpetrators escape. Ante Pavelic flees to Austria, then Italy, then Argentina. He lives there under Vatican protection until his death in 1959. Vjekoslav Max Luburic, commander of all Ustaše concentration camps, escapes to Spain. He lives openly until 1969, when a Yugoslav agent assassinates him. Dinko Šakić, one of Jasenovac's last commanders, flees to Argentina, where he lives for decades. But in 1998, Šakić is located by Nazi hunter Efrem Zurov and journalist Jorge Camarasa. They expose him on Argentine television. He's extradited to Croatia and tried. During his trial, he shows no remorse. "I'm proud of what I did and would do it again," he declares. "I regret that we hadn't done all that is imputed to us, for had we done that then, today, Croatia would not have had problems." there wouldn't have been people to write these lies. He's convicted and sentenced to 20 years. He dies in prison in 2008, the last living concentration camp commander to face trial. Miroslav Filipović Majstorović, Brother Satan, is captured by Yugoslav communist forces. He's tried and executed in 1946. At his trial, he tries to shift blame to Luburić, claiming he was merely following orders. "Serbs must be ruthlessly exterminated," he says Luburić told him. The tribunal isn't persuaded. He hangs. Most guards never face justice. They blend into post-war societies. They change names, relocate, start families. Some live to old age with their secrets. Their victims remain in mass graves or scattered as ash. In the 1960s, Yugoslavia constructs a memorial complex at Jasenovac, a concrete flower sculpture, a museum, commemorative grounds. But the site is politicized from the beginning. During Tito's era, the emphasis is on victims of fascism without specifying ethnicities, downplaying the specifically anti-Serb nature of much of the killing to maintain Yugoslav unity. After Yugoslavia's breakup and Croatia's independence, the site becomes contested. Nationalists vandalize it. Annual commemorations become political battlegrounds. In recent years, Croatia has taken steps toward confronting this history. The government recognizes Jasenovac's crimes. The memorial site hosts educational programs. School groups visit, historians research. But if this story moved you, challenged you, or helped you see the Second World War differently, it would be an honor to have you join our growing community. Subscribing isn't just a click. It's a way to support more powerful stories, more forgotten voices, and more truth from the past. So if you believe these stories matter, hit that subscribe button and let's keep building this journey together. And don't forget to leave a comment. We read every one and love hearing your thoughts. Until next time, keep exploring history with Epic War. Keep asking questions. Keep seeking the truth.